An invitation written by blood, by fiery girl for Christ. There sits an almighty king on his throne, who through his faithful servants offered a beautiful, perfect, red-colored handwritten invitation to anyone who wished to come to enjoy a 7-day wedding. The groom was his beloved son, eager to be with his bride. For reasons not understood, most folks were too busy and rejected the invitation. They hated the father and son so much, they not only killed the servants bearing the invitation, but also killed the son and scattered the handwritten invitation to the ground before his wedding day. Knowing what the son gave of himself for the sake of his love for these wicked folks, who obviously knew not what they'd done and realized not whose son he was, is, and will be to come, the father raised the son up in glory, bringing joy back into the hearts of the servants already at the feast. For the son's sake and at the son's request, the father sent more servants to find those who were hungry and thirsty and wanted to come to his son's wedding. All expenses paid by simple acceptance of his son's invitation and trusting the words written on it. The only difference was, this time, the father sent the servants outside the kingdom, to where serfs and beggars were tossed out like garbage, and who had nothing to offer but faith in what the invitation said was being freely given. You are all freely and most anxiously invited to my one and only son's wedding to his bride, and enjoy appetizers with us today. One day soon we will be feasting on the fatted calf and drinking the most refreshing water and wine you have ever tasted in honor of my beloved son and his beautiful bride. There is no payment required, as everything is paid in full by the work of my son's own blood. He deserves this feast and glory on this special day. So come, rest, relax, and enjoy this free opportunity of a rich life, courtesy of myself and my beloved son. You won't ever be turned away if you lack the proper clothes, as my son graciously offers to clothe you with his hand-woven robes to wear in his honor. It is our hope to see you all there. Then he signed it, the proud father of my son, in whom I am well pleased, in red ink, never to be lifted off the page by anyone, and sealed it with his signet ring. The peasants and poor were excited to attend the wedding, but unfortunately, evil workers got word of this indiscriminate invitation and were jealous, attempting to steal away the king's subject from the wedding feast by impersonating as waiters and servants, attempting to dissuade the peasants and poor from attending and poisoning the food on the bountiful table. The father, however, put a stop to this, and they proceeded no further in their harm, and the king dispatched his porters to bring the wayward ones to the table to quench their thirst with homemade wine and water to wash away the food the evil workers have corrupted. The father and the son, being skilled physicians, brought life back into the wayward guests through their life-giving spirit of their words. Not one of their patients were ever lost, just sick for a short time until the corruption of the poison was washed away with living food and drink. Some of the peasants and poor went out from the table, never returning out of fear of being poisoned again. The king, however, knew which were his and which were those who were merely spying out on the feast, seeking to lead the guests away from the father and the son and delivering them to the hands of a jealous ruler who lived outside the father's kingdom. The jealous ruler continued to enslave all who were led away from the feast, but one day soon the son will claim his inheritance. When he speaks, all the kingdoms who refused the son's invitation, along with the jealous ruler, will bow down to the father's beloved son and confess him as Lord. Saints, the graceful wedding feast is open to all who want food and drink and to celebrate the coming together as one with the son. Enjoy the appetizers and get ready for a feast like you've never seen before. The father will present as a gift for his son the beautiful unblemished bride. All hail to the Lord and King. Lift up your voices and sing. Amen.